Here we are on our second trip to Lviv. We're going to officially move into our apartment, although only for 4 days because we still have to come back to Kiev and wait for my container to arrive. But we've stopped outside of Kiev, about half an hour outside of Kiev, at this beautiful garden thing that they have going on here. What's this place called? Dobro Park. And it was 50 hryvnia, about $2 to get in. And there's supposed to be some really beautiful lavender fields here. And it's a beautiful sunny day, not too hot out. And as you can see, it's kind of like a Dr. Seuss landscape. So we just got pulled over by the police, and they basically just stand on the side of the road and like wave a flag at you.
It was with a camera.
Well, yeah, they have a camera and stuff, so if you didn't pull over, you know, they'd track you down. But yeah, so here we are, and we're paying the fine here on the spot with a credit card. So, and we're gonna get a receipt and stuff, so it's not a bribe.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
But yeah, this is really interesting. So I got caught doing, I guess, 100 in a 50 zone for 50, even though the speed limits aren't marked anywhere. You just have to know, because we were in a town and I wasn't paying attention. So yeah, I mean, it's totally my fault. I should have known. I should have seen it. But yeah, our fine is 50 hryvnia, which is about $2. So let's see what happens when he comes back with his little credit card machine. So here it is. Let's see what happens. He's coming up now, but I'm just gonna pretend this camera isn't running.
Їдьте, не будемо вам писати штраф.
Ой, дякую.
Щасливо, не пасує.
Ну,
Куди їдете? В роддом?
Ну, майже.
скоро.
Скоро? Щасливо, не
Да, дякую.
Wonder why they didn't.
What the hell?
So he let us off. I don't know if it was because my American driver's license was too difficult to deal with or what, but they decided to just let us go. And then he asked where we're going, and he joked that we might be going to the hospital to give birth. So I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm such a nice guy and I'm here
Yeah, right.
taking good care of my Ukrainian wife. I don't know. But it was a pretty positive interaction. My first potentially negative interaction. The first time that I've knowingly sped in Ukraine, although I'm sure I've sped more than this, because it is really tricky to know what the speed limit is sometimes. You got to watch for those little like signs that tell you when you're entering a populated point and when you're exiting it, and it's really easy to miss them. So yeah, well, we're back on the road again, almost to Lviv, and we had a little bit of fun on the way there. So a couple of weeks ago we went into the metro, which was kind of like a Costco here, and today we've made a trip to Ashan, which is maybe the Ukrainian version of Walmart, kind of a discount superstore where they sell everything, and let's go check it out. I should add that my wife thinks I'm totally crazy for like thinking it's so interesting to go in all these new stores, and like just imagine if somebody came to America and they're like, oh my god, I want to go to Walmart, I want to see what it's all about, it's amazing. Well, this is basically what I'm going through. I'm just absolutely like so excited to go into these stores and compare prices and see what they have. Decided to take a quick detour today, do some sightseeing, and we came to the university I'm going to be studying at hopefully in a few months, the Ukrainian National Forestry University, which was the alma mater of the first Ukrainian cosmonaut, and it is a really nice, unsurprisingly wooded campus. There's a Hall of Natural Sciences behind me, and we just walked by the main administrative building, and it's a really pleasant place. It looks like a really nice university, but so things are looking good. I think it's a little bit farther away from our apartment than we thought it was, but we drove here and that's not the most direct route, so maybe it'll be shorter if I do it on a bike. Well, we found another little abandoned fortress in Ukraine, and once again, there's no entry fee. It's completely open to the public. It's in this little place called Old Village, and it's called the Old Village Fortress. And there's no tourist information about it. It's just kind of a big open field. And totally, as usual, explore your own risk. Yeah, here we are, climbing up inside one of the towers here. And, there's no roof on the tower. The stones are falling out all over the place. Half the floor is collapsed and just kind of leads down into a dark hole. It's very much plenty of opportunities to slip and fall. Yeah. But we're having a good time exploring outdoors and getting to know the Lviv area. We got approached by I guess a local villager, maybe a self-styled guide. I'm not sure. And he told us that the castle is 600 years old and that there's an underground tunnel in some part of the castle, and that the total area inside of it is 2 hectares, which is that part is at least accurate, I think. So it's always interesting. I mean, he obviously didn't work here. He's got no kind of uniform on, and he looked like he was in the latter stages of severe alcoholism. So I'll take that information with a grain of salt. However, I am kind of in a nice, beautiful field of flowers here. There's not very many other people here. Birds chirping, crickets doing their thing. Here we are at castle number 2 for the day in the village of Spears, and this beautiful castle overlooks a lake that's right behind it, and it looks like you've got the remains of the chapel off to the side there. Here we are over at the building I initially thought might have been a chapel. Now I think it might just be a tower. Supposedly this place was constructed in the 15th century. That's according to the sign that we saw when we walked in. And I'm not sure if it's open or not, but we're going to go see if we can get into the larger part of the castle itself. I have seen some people here obviously from a wedding party, so they might be having a wedding or some kind of private ceremony inside. Well, let's go check it out. So the castle was closed to the public. Not one of those explore at your own risk places at all. Just simply closed, locked up tight. But we did get to have a nice walk around the grounds, and I think now we're going to stop in this little cafe and maybe get some ice cream. Okay, so we stopped on the way back to Kiev at this little village because it said there was a castle there, and this is definitely one of those castles that has absolutely zero maintenance going on. There's not even really a road to it. We have to hike across a field just to get over to it, although it looks like we're not the only ones who do this. Between the castle and the road is some kind of industrial concern that we can't see inside of it, but we can hear the guard dogs in there. And this is a little tiny village. It's a Sunday, so we saw a bunch of ladies going to church with their heads covered in the traditional Orthodox fashion. And, oh, well, there is a little sign here, actually, telling us what this castle is. So, let's go take a look. Here is our castle. And we're gonna go up closer and see what's going on. So, the sign here says that it is the Kostiel Świętego Lawrentia w Tajkurach. So Tajkur is the name of the little town we're in, and it's the early Baroque St. Lawrence Church, as the much shorter English text tells us. And it was built in 1710, and, well, let's go take a look. So here we have the outer wall that's kind of guarding the place. We've got a nice big iron cross there. As you can see, grounds maintenance has not been a top priority concern, but c'est la vie. It does have a steel plaque on there that says architectural treasure built in 1710, protected by laws of the Historical Society of Ukraine. And we've got of course there's a little bit of graffiti. Can't have an architectural treasure without some graffiti on it, not here. Now this looks like the remains of a staircase that really doesn't go anywhere. But well, here we are. It's not in too shabby condition, really. A lot of the arches are still here, and you can tell this definitely used to be a church. Well, it still is a church, I suppose. Just not in very good condition. Huh. There are lots and lots of these places all over Ukraine, and maybe someday the government will have the means and the desire to fix some of them up before they get too damaged. A lot of them are very quickly damaged by people looking to steal metal and copper and anything else, and you can see that here. Like, pretty much anything that's made out of metal, with the exception of these two great doors, has been stolen and taken away. Those are some, I mean, these must have been some really beautiful doors, but you've still got some great cast iron, or well, nice iron hinges here, and this one's still even got a latch on it. But with only one door, oh, this is an absolutely beautiful door. Look at this. Just the kind of door you'd expect to find on a nice church. And here we are back outside again. Well, it's been great talking to all of y'all. I'm going to walk around a little bit more, and if I see anything super interesting, I'll be sure to let you know. But it looks like it's just another ruin. I love exploring places like this, though. I just think it's, you know, how many more people are going to really appreciate this place, and hopefully someday it'll get restored. Well, be kind to each other, and it'd really help me out if you click subscribe, click like, share this video, let other people know. You can come to Ukraine and see a bunch of really cool stuff for absolutely free. Have a good day, everybody.